In the quiet hills of Tennessee, the Bell family found peace on their land. But in the year 1817, something unholy stirred in the shadows, a force that would bring terror, pain, and death to their doorstep. It began with a creature, something twisted and unnatural. John Bell knew this was no ordinary animal. It was an omen of the darkness that was to come. Night after night, the house came alive with horrors no mortal could explain. Walls creaked, furniture moved, and whispers from the unseen filled the air. The Bell family had awakened a spirit, one who named herself Kate. But she was no ordinary ghost. She was something far more sinister. Kate's wrath was merciless. She plagued John Bell with torment, haunting his every step. Her laughter followed him, even in the darkest corners of the woods.
Old Jack Bell, your time is near.
Kate's power grew, and her cruelty reached the innocent. Betsy Bell became her favorite target. Her hair yanked, her body lifted by invisible hands, and her mind tormented by Kate's mocking voice.
I'm here, Betsy, watching. You can't hide from me, child.
On a cold December morning in 1820, John Bell's life was taken by poison and by the witch's curse. Kate's final vengeance was complete.
I told you, John Bell, this is the end.
But the Bell Witch was not finished. For as John's soul departed, she left a final warning.
I will return for you, Betsy.
To this day, the land remains haunted by the echoes of the Bell Witch. Some say she still lingers in the shadows, waiting, watching.
But I will return.
The story of the Bell Witch is one of the most famous and eerie hauntings in American folklore, originating from the early 19th century in Adams, Tennessee. It involves a family named Bell who experienced a terrifying and prolonged haunting by a spirit that came to be known as the Bell Witch. The haunting centered around the Bell family, led by John Bell, a prosperous farmer who lived with his wife Lucy and their children on a large farm in Robertson County, Tennessee. In 1817, John Bell began noticing strange occurrences around his property. He saw an odd-looking animal in his cornfield, described as having the body of a dog and the head of a rabbit, but it disappeared when he fired at it. Soon after, the family began experiencing unexplainable phenomena inside their home. It started with knocking sounds on the walls, scratching noises, and invisible chains dragging across the floor. Bed sheets were yanked off beds, and objects in the house were moved or thrown by unseen forces. As time went on, the disturbances became more focused and terrifying. The unseen entity began to communicate by making strange noises like whispers and moans. Eventually, it developed a voice and introduced itself to the family. The spirit claimed to be the ghost of Kate Batts, a neighbor of the Bells who was rumored to be a witch. It became known as Kate, or the Bell Witch. The witch's torment focused especially on John Bell and his youngest daughter, Betsy. Kate would physically abuse Betsy, pulling her hair, slapping her, and even leaving welts on her body. John Bell was subjected to curses, mysterious illnesses, and worsening physical conditions. The witch reportedly vowed to kill him and referred to him as Old Jack Bell. As time went on, Kate's voice became clearer and more powerful. She would have conversations with the family and even visitors, responding to questions about the past and present. At times, she would sing hymns, quote scripture, and engage in philosophical debates. Some accounts suggest that Kate displayed omniscient knowledge, revealing private information about people's lives and events happening far away. The haunting became widely known, and people traveled from near and far to witness the Bell Witch phenomenon. One of the most notable visitors was General Andrew Jackson, who would later become the President of the United States. According to legend, Jackson visited the Bell farm with some of his men to investigate the strange occurrences. The story goes that as Jackson's party approached the property, their wagon suddenly stopped, and they were unable to make the horses move. The witch's voice was heard taunting Jackson and his men. After some time, they were allowed to proceed, but Jackson reportedly experienced further disturbances during the night. He was quoted as saying, "I'd rather fight the British at New Orleans than face the Bell Witch." The Bell Witch's wrath against John Bell escalated over time. He became gravely ill in 1820, suffering from violent convulsions and a mysterious illness that no doctor could explain. On December 20th, 1820, John Bell passed away, and it is widely believed that the witch played a direct role in his death. Legend says that after he died, a vial of a strange black liquid was found near his bedside. Kate claimed responsibility for his death, saying she had given him the poison. During Bell's funeral, witnesses reported hearing the witch's laughter and singing as the mourners gathered. Her final act against John Bell seemed to be complete. After John Bell's death, the spirit turned her attention to Betsy Bell, who was engaged to a local man named Joshua Gardner. The Bell Witch was vehemently opposed to their marriage and made her feelings known through torment and intimidation. Under relentless pressure from the witch, Betsy eventually broke off the engagement. In 1821, Kate the Bell Witch told the family that she would leave but promised to return in 7 years. True to her word, she supposedly reappeared in 1828 for a brief period, focusing her interactions with John Bell Jr., one of the Bell children. During this time, Kate had long conversations with John Jr. about the nature of life, death, and spirituality. After this visit, the witch departed again, this time promising to return in 107 years, 1935, though there are no reports of her reappearance. The legend of the Bell Witch has persisted for over 200 years, and the Bell Witch Cave, located near the original Bell Farm, has become a popular tourist attraction. The cave is said to be a place where the spirit still resides, and visitors often report strange occurrences there. The Bell Witch has inspired books, movies, and numerous ghost hunting expeditions, cementing its place in American folklore. Today, the Bell Witch remains a chilling and enduring story of a malevolent spirit, family tragedy, and the supernatural, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and eerie folklore.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.